Hello everyone and welcome back to KORR Monsters, this time in Jacksonville, Florida, with a 10-truck field here for you today. Starting us off, we have Greg Easton and Andy Boy Batteries High Voltage. Following that, we have our 2002 racing champion, Mike Maxwell and Ash Fire Extinguishers. After that, we have Ed Jenkins in the brand new Bold Hill. Following that, we have Justin Cole in County Wide. After that, we have our 2001 racing champion, James Whitaker in Eagle Eye. Following that up with our first look at Guy Neal in Flashover. After that, we have Tom Warner in Impact. After that, we have DJ Payne in King Karnage. Our second to last truck here tonight, Mike Burton in No Mercy. And rounding out our field, we have Phil Butler in Tonka. As we get ready for the racing bracket here, you can see we'll be starting off with Eagle Eye going up against King Karnage. Following that, we'll have High Voltage going up against County Wide, No Mercy going up against Flashover, Tonka going up against Ash Fire Extinguishers, and we'll be ending off round one with Impact and Bold Hill. Here we go with our first race, Eagle Eye and King Karnage pulling up to the line. Very loose surface here in Jacksonville. So be looking for some of these trucks to be struggling in the turns. As Eagle Eye about a 2-truck advantage so far, maybe more. Coming into the final turn, Eagle Eye goes wide, King Karnage also goes wide. Eagle Eye recovers first, and it'll be Eagle Eye moving on into round number 2. As next up, we have High Voltage and County Wide pulling up to the line. Light goes green, High Voltage with the earlier leave. County Wide going really wide in turn 1. High Voltage, massive lead here, just needs to not mess up the turn. And he will be moving on in round number 2. As County Wide struggles once again in the turn. High Voltage will be moving on into round number 2 with an easy win over County Wide. Next up, No Mercy versus Guy Neal and Flashover. First time we're getting a look at this truck. How's he going to handle himself here in racing? Pretty good so far. Has a bit of an advantage coming out of the first turn. About a truck length, maybe less. Coming to the final turn here. Keeps it nice and tight. Loops it around though. Had the advantage, but throws it away. No Mercy will be moving on into round number 2 instead. Tough break for Guy Neal there. As next up, we have Tonka and Ash Fire Extinguishers. Both trucks leaving same time. Tonka going a little wider in the turn. Pretty even at the halfway point coming to the finish here. Tonka goes really wide once again. Looks like it's going to be all Ash going into round number 2. Gets a little crossed up on the finish there, though. And now final race of round number 1. Impact versus Bold Hill. Bold Hill blowing the smoke at him. And away they go. Impact nice and tidy in the turn. Bold Hill a little wider. Even at the halfway point. Coming to the finish, and it looks like it's going to be Impact moving on to round number 2. Also gets crossed up on the finish, spins it around. Truck looks fine, so he will be moving on into round number 2. As now our round 2 matchups are going to be Eagle Eye going up against fast loser Tonka, High Voltage going up against No Mercy, and Ash Fire Extinguishers going up against Impact. First race of round number 2, Eagle Eye and Tonka. Waiting on that green, and away they go. Tonka going wide in the turn once again. About a truck and a half length advantage for Eagle Eye now. Coming to the finish line. Tonka struggling with the turn a little bit, but it will be Eagle Eye moving on. Gets into trouble there though. Tonka did make that a race at the end though. Next up, we have High Voltage and No Mercy. Away they go. High Voltage got to the gas first. Sat there spinning in the sand, though. Coming across the line the first time. Slight advantage to High Voltage. Coming to the finish, it looks like it's going to be High Voltage moving on into round number 3 here. Now last race of this round, Ash Fire Extinguishers going up against Impact. Away they go, Ash with the earlier leave. Both trucks a little wider in turn 1 than I think they'd like, but Impact, huge advantage. Coming to the final turn. Impact just keeping it nice and tight there, almost hits that turning pole. And it'll be Impact moving on into the next round. Ash Fire Extinguishers getting into trouble once again. So now we look at our final 4. High Voltage going up against Tonka, who won Fast Loser once again. And then Eagle Eye going up against Impact on the other side of the bracket. As these trucks pull to the line here, waiting on that green. Tonka with a little bit of the earlier leave there. Both these trucks looking pretty even. Tonka, slight advantage. Coming to the finish line here. Both trucks going wide. High Voltage going much wider, though. To the finish line, it's going to be Tonka going on into the finals as High Voltage spins. And now next up, we have Eagle Eye going up against Impact. And Impact leaves first. Into the turn, though, Impact goes wide. Eagle Eye keeping it tight. And Eagle Eye about a truck length advantage coming into the final turn here. A little bit of trouble. Eagle Eye's going to win the race, but up and over he goes. Will that truck be able to make it to the final round, or are they going to have to fix it? And it looks like they're going to have to fix it. Impact's going to the final round to go against Tonka. As now both of these trucks pull up to the line. And away they go. Tonka left a little bit earlier. And now they're both going wide in turn 1. Coming to the line first time. Impact about a half truck advantage. Coming to the finish here. Impact keeping it tight. And it's going to be Impact and Tom Warner picking up the racing win here in Jacksonville. And now we take a look at our freestyle order. We will be starting off with County-Wide, followed by Eagle Eye if they can get that truck fixed. Flashover, Bull Tilt, Impact, No Mercy, High Voltage, King Karnage, Tonka, and then our last truck out will be Ash Fire Extinguishers. Coming out first, we have Justin Cole in County-Wide. Starting off with a good little hit on those rollers off to the side of the track. Going around looking for that next hit. Hits the yellow lane a little sideways there. Now he's going to backside that big ramp. Putting around looking for his next hit. Going over that van stack. Going for a slap wheelie. Can't quite put the power down. Next up, he rolls it over the bus stack there. He's getting a bunch of hits in, but not a lot of momentum here. Looks like he's going to go for a sky wheelie here. Got a little bit of a one. Not very big, though. As we come down to the last 30 seconds of the run here. It's tripped up on the van stack that time. Avoids the bus stack there. Good little racing lane hit. Definitely leaving a lot on the table here. Get some huge air to finish off that big ramp. Just gonna keep going on here for you fans. Back to the rollers, get some more pretty decent air off of them. It was an okay run to start us off. Shouldn't be that high of a score though as he parks it up here. Judges are gonna give him a 23 though, so pretty generous with the score there. So next up, we have James Whitaker and Eagle Eye coming out. Looks like they got whatever's broke on that truck fixed. Starts us off, good hit on the van stack. Also goes for a slap wheelie and also can't put the power down. Very loose surface here. I'll be surprised if we see one here tonight. Eagle Eye airing it out off those rollers off to the side of the track. Gets a little bit in trouble there. Landing hard on that last one. Gets some good air off the red racing lane there. Looks like he's going into some donuts here now. Round and around he goes here. And now airs it out big off the racing lane. Lining up for his next hit. Looks like he's going back to that van stack. Going for a slap wheelie once again, and once again not going to get it. Lining up, looks like he's going to go after that bus stack here. Great hit off of it. 15 seconds left in the run here, though. Good hit on the backside of the big ramp. Much better run than what we saw at a countywide. As time expires, gets a good hit on the backside of the yellow lane. Goes into more donuts here. Gets off the track, though. Only a 24 from the judges. So they liked it better, but apparently not much better. So next up, we have Guy Neal and Flashover. Had his race won in the first round of racing, but then looped it come to the finish line. Good sky wheelie to start us off, though, backside of the yellow lane. Very unique truck here. Not only is it a Dodge, which we don't have many of, it's also a fire truck, though. Got flashing lights and everything going on here. As he spins it out once again, that truck not liking the surface. Hunting around looking for that next hit. Looks like he's going to air it out off the racing lane. Good little hit there. And then airs it out off the big ramp. Not too much air, but good hit nonetheless there. And now he walks it over the bus stack. 25 seconds left in the run. Definitely some good moves, but also lacking a bit in the momentum. Looks like he's going to try and air it out here. Doesn't quite get the air I think he was expecting off of those rollers off to the side. His time expires here. And he's going to spin it once again, going for the bus stack. Gets a good hit off of it that time. Unfortunately, after the time has expired. And it looks like he's going to go for some donuts here. Keeping them nice and planted on the track. And it's going to be a 24 for Guy Neal and Flashover. So that'll tie for the lead. As next up we have Ed Jenkins and Bull Tilt. Starting us off with a good hit over the racing lane. As now he spins it out on this surface. Tried for a slap wheelie there off the racing lane, didn't get it. Now he's taking his turn at that van stack, gets a great hit off of it. Almost got a slap wheelie out of it. But combos it up backside of the yellow lane instead. Looking for his next hit here, going backside of the red lane. Good hit off of it. Almost hitting the container on the side of the track there. Back to the van stack again. Gets huge air off of it. Ed Jenkins going to work here with this truck. Lining up that bus stack. Huge sky wheelie over it. Parks the truck on the top. Walks it down. Gets a slap wheelie. Walks it across the track. Hits the big ramp. Goes up and over. Hits the wall. I think that's it. And it's only going to be a 22 from the judges. So not enough for the lead. Not even enough for second place. That's last place right now. Interesting scoring from the judges here as we have Tom Warner and Impact up next, our racing winner. Starting off, good hit on the yellow lane. Looks like he's going to the red lane now. Great sky wheelie off of it. A little weird how the truck went to the sky wheelie, but it was a sky wheelie nonetheless. Good hit. And now he's going to air it out over the red lane. And another truck spinning in here in freestyle. Good hit over the bus stack though. Got into a little bit of trouble on the landing. Goes after that red lane once again though. Lining up for that big ramp. Get some good air off of it. "25 seconds left here in the run. Going after those rollers on the outside of the track. Got a little crossed up on them. This time's coming to a close here. Going for that van stack. Great sky wheelie off of it. Goes for a slap wheelie. Does not quite get it. As time expires here. He's going to continue on, waiting to see what that score is going to be. Whips it into some donuts. Walks it across the track doing donuts. Waiting on that score to pop up here. And it's only going to be a 24. Our third time we're having a 24 put up on the board here tonight. No idea what these judges are looking for at this point. As next up we have No Mercy. Starting us off, a couple of racing lane hits. Going for the big ramp here. Gets a little bit of air off of it, nothing too big. Loops the truck around, but I think he was trying to turn around anyway, so it works out for him. Backside of the red lane here. Good little hit off of it. Nothing to write home about, though. Going for the van stack here. Sets up for a slap wheelie. Tried for it, didn't get it. Last 30 seconds of the run here. Going for the bus stack next. It's a little bit of a wheelie going over it. Struggling to get the truck to turn here. Airs it out over the red lane. Not a lot to talk about here at the end of the run. Not how you want to end it. You want to give the judges something to talk about, and there was nothing to talk about there. Goes for a sky wheelie, doesn't get it off the backside of the red lane. And he's going to park it there. It's going to be a 23 from the judges. Very tightly packed field we have here for freestyle scores so far. So next up, we have Greg Easton and Andy Boy Batteries High Voltage. Starting us off with an awkward hit on the van stack. Looping it around for his next hit, going after the yellow lane. Getting some decent air off of it. And then struggles hard with a turn there. Gets some air off the red lane, combos it up onto the backside of the bus stack, though. Looking for his next hit. He's going to air it out over the yellow lane. Might be the biggest air we've seen off of that one so far. Oh, smacks the container at the end of the track. Officials don't shut him off, though, as he gets huge air off the big jump. Combos it up once again over the bus stack. "25 seconds left in the run here. Backside of the red lane once again. These drivers keep trying to get a sky wheelie off of these racing lanes, and I don't think they're going to get one. Not anymore, at least. Back to the van stack, launches the car and launches the truck. Combos it up backside of the yellow lane as time's going to expire here. Huge air over the bus stack, clears the entire thing. Got a little bit of a sky wheelie there out of it. Hits the big ramp sideways. It's been a great run from Greg Easton in high voltage. What are the judges going to give it? Does a donut in the middle of the floor. It's going to be a 25. So not a big score, but it's big enough to take the lead, and that's the important part. DJ Payne, King Karnage coming out next here. Beautiful new red Ford F-150 body on this truck. So he gets to work a couple of racing lane hits. Looks like they left that car flipped upside down over there by the van stack. As now he launches off of it, gets a slap wheelie with ease. Looking for that next hit now, going after the bus stack. Little bit of an awkward hit, but brings it down nicely. And now he's going to backside that van stack. Destroys the van. And now he has struggled turning here. Good little hit on the red lane there. Not a lot going on with it, though. Looks like he's going after the bus sideways. Gets it crooked in the air. Does a little bit of a pirouette. It's a great hit there. Judges should score that good. 10 seconds left in the run. Tried for a slap wheelie there off the van stack, I think. Got caught up on it, though. Time expires. King Karnage going on here. Going after that bus stack once again. Gets another slap wheelie. Clips the red lane and goes up and over off the side of the track. It'll be a 27 for DJ Payne and King Karnage. That'll put him in the lead here deep in the order. Could we see DJ Payne and King Karnage pick up his first win? So next up we have Phil Butler and Tonka coming out. Starting us off with the van stack going into the bus stack. Whipping it around, going for that next hit. It's going to launch it off the yellow lane. Coming around, looking for that next hit. Looks like he's going to try and launch it off the red lane. Lifted off the gas there, close to the ramp. So not as much air as he could have got off of it. So now he's going to go after the backside of the red lane here. I thought he was going to go after the rollers. It's a good little sky wheelie walking it over the obstacle. Almost hits the wall there on the outside of the track and launches it off the big ramp. Coming up on 30 seconds left here in the run. DJ Payne got to be sweating in that hot seat. Coming after the bus stack here. Gets kicked up by one of the cars on the obstacle. Up and over he goes. 20 seconds left. And the judges are only going to give that run an 18. I don't know what they're looking at. Is next up Mike Maxwell. Ash Fire Extinguishers ends this off here. I don't know what the judges were scoring that. Mike Maxwell, Ash Fire Extinguishers, gets to work here on the floor. Great little sky wheelie off the backside of the van stack. Lining up for that big ramp. Good air off of it. Combos it up backside of the yellow lane. Looks like he's going to go after that bus stack next. Gets an awkward hit off of it. And now he spins the truck out. Going after that van stack. Good air. Lands it hard on the right side, though. Goes after the backside of that van stack, or bus stack once again. It's an awkward run here from Mike. Really good hits, but really awkward momentum as he gets into trouble there. Or covers it nicely there. That looked like it should have been a lot worse of a hit than it was. So he goes into donuts here to end the run. Time expires and he's going to keep going. Launches it off the van stack once again. Gets really into trouble there. Over the bus stack. Lands it on Tonka. Whips it around. Looks like he's going to go after the bus stack once again from the other direction. Gets a slap wheelie and up and over onto its lid it goes. It's going to be a 26 for Ash Fire Extinguishers. Not enough for the lead, which means DJ Payne and King Karnage picks up his first ever freestyle win here. As Ash Fire Extinguishers gets a 26, High Voltage gets a 25. And then we have 3 trucks, Eagle Eye, Flashover, and Impact with a 24. Countywide and No Mercy with a 23. Bull Tilt with a 22, and then Tonka in last place with that 18. Don't know what the judges were looking at for that one, but let us know what you thought about it down in the comments section down below. Next week, we're off to New Orleans, Louisiana for our final event before KORR Monsters Finals 5. We hope you enjoyed this show, and we hope we'll see you next time. We'll see you then.